Hey, Northern Michigan and the wider internet world. It is Thursday, May 22nd, 2025, and you are watching Live at the Lodge here at the Lost Tamarack Lodge, where we are bringing you monthly, dispatches from the festival crew leading up to what is going to be one of the best Soul of the Lost Tamarack festivals that we've had so far, coming next month. So I know those of you that are familiar with the festival and are watching this probably know a lot of the details, but if you are just tuning in for the first time, congratulations. If you would be so kind as to make your way to the internet and open up another tab and go to losttamarackLodge.com, where you will be able to find links to tickets, pre-sale tickets, and weekend passes. We have daily passes as well. All the prices are laid out there, but it's just good for you guys to know that those things exist. And I think it's also worth noting, because probably the first thing people wonder when they come out here is, can I camp? Yes, you can camp. You want to make sure that you arrive before noon on Saturday to get your campers in, if it's of any reasonable size, and then tent camping and everything else is laid out. We got maps and all that stuff as well. So if you are planning on bringing a camper, take a look at the weekend passes for campers and make sure that you answer all those questions for yourselves, or send us an email and somebody will get back to you. You can see the sun shining through the window finally. When we were doing these back in the winter, the snow was piled up so high. Well, never mind the snow. The sun doesn't shine. So look at that. That's quite a feature that we have tonight. We have live sunshine. This is awesome. The trilliums were popping as I drove out here. We have morel mushrooms everywhere right now, and Northern Michigan and the farm is looking great. When I came in today, actually the barn looked amazing. There's very little in the way of cabinetry and junk that we've got to remove. Though there always is some, but. So, yeah. And then the other thing. Do you have that graphic yet, Dewan? The T-shirt? Literally hot off the presses, Frank was just showing me the T-shirt design for this year. Tons of colors, tons of different styles, but we've got a really, I think, soul-appropriate design that Frank has worked out here, featuring a lot of the elements that we always love to see. And Dewan is frantically typing away to get it up there for me. And that's how we do things here. We do them just seat of the pants, shoot from the hip, live fire, under duress, constant action, always happening at the barn. Tonight, I've got two guests. I've got Dan Olaninga, who's our stage tech to the stars. I'd call him stage manager, jack of all trades, volunteer master, samurai ninja warrior. And then after him, I'm going to have Jimmy Olsen come up, and Jimmy will be playing music with us as well. But those are your guests tonight. Oh, here's the T-shirt. Okay. So as you can see, this beautiful T-shirt, there's going to be, like I said, several colors in all those beautiful different heather tints. We've got the UFO, which I absolutely love, the pyramids, which I'm curious about, always curious about the pyramids, and then the van of mystery driving itself across the desert under fire by the UFOs. So you can do pre-order for those T-shirts as well. I would highly recommend pre-order T-shirts, and I believe we will have all this designs online for you to check out prior to arrival, because what we definitely need to do is order as much as we know people are going to want. They always sell out, so if you think that you are going to want a T-shirt, if this is your first year or if this is your 10th year, definitely get a T-shirt. So get in line for those by going online at losttamarackLodge.com, which would scroll right here usually. But don't worry about it. You guys know what it is. If you're watching this, just click till you find it. All right. So first guest of the evening, I'm going to start my time. Oh, I already started my timer. Oh, I'm right on time. First guest of the evening, Dano, come in here and take a seat, buddy. Yay. Yay. Clap, 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 clap. So with this mic, just right up there. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you know and what you don't know.
I got it.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Everything's just fantastic.
So when I got here, you were vacuuming.
Yeah. I kind of have a little idle hand syndrome.
Yeah.
You just got to keep on moving. So it was fun.
So
that lab hair over there.
Yeah, actually, if you
Cooper!
Zoom it, don't Don't wake the beast.
No.
If you do zoom in on the screen, which I know you won't, there's plenty of Cooper's hair that's been scattered. We had to lint brush that earlier. So Dano, let's talk, buddy. Yeah, you have idle hand syndrome. I know what that's
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how I got into this whole thing to begin with.
So I think that's a great place to start. Have you been to every single one of these?
No.
Why would you ever miss it?
Well, I didn't know about it. Matt Whitener from Northland Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Little plug. He brought us here, and I had been volunteering at Bliss in stage.
Okay.
So what ended up happening is I'm just standing there and I'm watching bands come off, go on.
Second stage?
Oh, no, here. The one stage.
Oh, okay. I thought I was still in Bliss mode.
Yeah. Oh, main stage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't do any other stage.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, all right.
So what happened is I'm just standing there because Whitener had his vehicle right there, and I'm just watching people, and I'm like, someone's got to jump in here. So I just did, and then. Is that bad? No. So I just jumped in, and then it's like years. Every year you kind of tweak it out a little bit.
Yeah.
And
and I think that's kind of that speaks to the spirit of the festival for sure. Is it's like, and just kind of being around here year round is if you see something that needs to get done or that you want to do, we always talk about it being the big sandbox that Tim lets us play in. Not that the work,
Thanks, Tim.
Work is work and fun is fun, but when you see something that needs to get done, you're on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, I'll just accidentally sit down, and then I can't get back up, and so you just keep moving.
So, so other than Bliss, do you do any other festivals?
No.
So it's Bliss and this one.
Yeah.
Do you still do main stage at Bliss?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't.
I'm trying. They wanted to make me a coordinator because I have to keep fighting with security. Like they keep on looking and going, you've already done your shift. You can't get back here. I'm like, but I have that band.
Yeah.
So
you made promises.
Yeah. Like they're counting on me.
And I think something that and I'm just going to tell you, like something I feel about you is that you have a very strong moral core to where you wouldn't want to be you said you don't want to be confrontational, and I think a lot of times when I'm in festival mode, whether as a performer or as a production, it's I've never been in an encounter with security that because I don't even look. I mean, if you just, it's kind of like that thing. If you just act like you're supposed to be there, I think making eye contact's almost a bad idea because you're like, buddy, I got it.
Especially with me.
And you're older than half of them anyway.
Well,
and you probably killed more people too.
So my lawyer didn't call you? Okay. I'll have a sip of my Hootie Delight from Ohio,
which I'm allowing on the White Claw stage.
Yeah.
As a host.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I'm not paid.
Are you from Ohio?
No. I have a neighbor across. Was I ever in Ohio? I drove right through that sumbitch.
Have you ever been, or have you ever heard of the state known as Ohio?
That's the other Illinois. I think. I don't know.
We're so far away from everything up here.
Yeah.
So security is an interesting point. You kind of act like a little bit of a security guy too at Bliss. Not Bliss, at Soul.
Yeah, I usually just run. Oh, you're talking about like no. Oh, I'm talking like if security's after me. Like, no, not really. But I've calmed some things down before.
Yeah,
I'm like a more of a soothing guy.
Yeah, I would say so. I can remember. I can only remember one year where there was anything that I would even consider an uncomfortable problem, and it's like by Sunday everybody should be chill.
Yeah.
If you're still being crazy and like obviously haven't slept by Sunday, your problem.
Yeah.
And I think I remember
Are
that
you
was
talking about me?
No, not you.
Oh.
I'm talking about one year one of the years that it clicked in my head that I was like, that's you're one of my lifelines. Is I realized you and myself and Tim and like a few of us were all kind of surrounding this situation, and I looked around just to kind of see who was, and I realized at that one moment I was like, oh, everybody's like, we're all right here, and like,
Right.
like the woods are right there,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
problem's right here, and the woods are out there. You know, I was just
Yeah.
like, all right, this will be dealt with.
Everything's gonna be fine.
In my, as I'm dressed as an enforcer today, which I would never get my hands dirty. I would usually just tell somebody, hey, Dano, take care of that guy.
Hey. And I'll just laugh him to death.
I say, he's being a little bit disrespectful.
I'm gonna go make him have some respect.
Yeah, we give, yeah, you
By
get-
a joke,
yeah.
you know. So
No, but
I'm not a physical guy.
yeah, yeah, you are though.
I'm really not.
You save
I
all your
can't.
strength for the load in.
Load in.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to load in?
I have a least favorite.
Well, we'll get there.
Okay. My favorite thing to load in is flute players. What's that one thing? The
this one?
harp. Mouth harp. Okay.
The nose harp.
Yeah. Yeah. Those guys are great.
So let me ask your opinion of
Harmonica players.
Let me ask
Love
you.
it.
Let me ask your opinion of drummers.
Why so many stands? That's all I I don't get it.
So for years, I've tried to.
They're so heavy.
For a handful of years, I tried to keep my kit on stage as like the house kit, and then when I sort of drifted away from playing kit with a lot of bands, so I was like, well, my kit's not going to be there, so I'm not going to. So you start to have to load drums on and off, and yeah, the stands are. I mean, stands are a problem. They're the heaviest thing. They suck. They're sharp. They bang your knuckles.
I mean, I get it that you need something sturdy.
Yeah,
But can we find like carbon fiber or something?
that exists. And something happened in the 80s when they started double bracing stands, and they all became like 20 pounds each. And you know, the cool thing about this festival is you get a whole lot of different people from different backgrounds that have varying degrees of familiarity with playing on a stage or playing a gig or having to get on and off. So I think there might be a lack of awareness, depending on the age, that, hey, like when you're done, when that last cymbal crash is done, hi-hats are coming. Like, you're not done yet. Like, you can chill once your shit's back behind the barn, but for right now, we got to get off and get the next guys
That's
back
what
on.
I'm thinking half the time.
Yeah.
Like, I want to enjoy that last song, especially in between bands.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like going, all right, because you're already coordinating the band that's coming in.
Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, put your stuff there because people are just wandering around aimlessly.
Yeah.
That's why we're going to have those 2 tents.
Yeah.
I heard it. Yeah, We're gonna put it in the blue tent. Put it in the red tent. It's gonna.
Oh yeah, talk about your whiteboard idea.
I love the whiteboard idea.
I like that. Tell the people what that was about.
So people, I just like we were thinking about having like a whiteboard for like voluntary kind of stuff. Like, hey, if you have time and you're standing here in front of this whiteboard, here's a list of things that could be done. You know, like move that hose or move this.
Clean up a certain area.
Hey, yeah.
Or yeah.
We'd appreciate it.
I think that's a great idea. And actually that's the funny thing about, so that's sort of the purgatory of this festival is like, it is very much grassroots, and there's an amazing amount of work that gets done by a very small amount of people. And, you know, it's not like there's 1,000 people here, but sometimes it feels like it. So a lot of messes can be made in a short amount of time. And so having people like yourself that are, how did you describe it at the beginning?
Idle hand syndrome.
Yeah, that have idle hand syndrome. And I think my wife and I are that same way.
All kinds of names for it.
Yeah.
ADHD, OCD. They're just freaking, I gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
You know.
I think you identify those people. And like we said, like there's no real volunteer call, but if we have a community idea of the festival and have sort of a locus to point those people at, say, hey, if you want to do something,
There's tons. I guarantee there's tons of people.
yeah,
I can't be the only one.
No, you're not. No, I'm sure.
All
I'm
right,
sure
good.
you're not. I mean, it's an epidemic.
I'm not special.
So to go back to the gear conversation, we were talking about the pain in the ass of loading in drums and stands. But let's talk about your least favorite person and thing to load in. Not person.
I
but,
didn't
but
didn't mean to look at you that
gear-wise.
fast.
It just so happens to
No,
coincide.
it's that organ. That organ that you have. The one that you play.
Is it a Hammond?
I don't know what it is.
What is it?
It's a Hammond Frankenstein.
Hammond Frankenstein.
It's so heavy.
3/4 plywood case with metal.
When I see you roll in, and I love seeing you because you're so awesome. When I see you pull up, I know it's going to be there.
And then there's a speaker that's just about as heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like,
so Jimmy, who's coming up next, is off mic describing the immense
sorry.
weight of his gear, and it's a chopped up Hammond B3 with
Dude, this
very
makes you sound so good.
well, and that's the
I
thing.
love your organ.
Can you imagine?
It's so heavy.
And Dano, imagine if he showed up with all that and then he got on stage and sucked.
But that's the thing. He's so awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the balance of the universe. Is if you're going to bring something that weighs as much as half of the stage, then
it's not that it weighs so much. It's just awkward.
but it also weighs a lot.
It does, but you can handle weight. But with the stairs,
Yeah.
that is one of these days I'm gonna die.
Well, and the thing about the
I
more
said I was gonna die on stairs.
so the heavier
I'm still talking about your organ. I can't get off here. I can't stop talking about it.
the heavier and more unique gear tends to show up later in the evening, and that's when there's more people around the stage. It's harder, it's darker, and so there is a little bit of a raised element of danger. Do you feel tension in the evenings with the bands that are going on stage?
100%.
Yeah. Do you,
Bands that have, well, I mean, Sherpas,
yeah.
they've got stands with the bongos and the stands, and then isn't there like two drummers?
There's a lot.
There's so much.
There's
There's
so much.
many stands.
Many stands.
I love it though.
But do you see
I
like
get help. I don't do it myself.
No, I know you have help, but I mean you're coordinating it.
Well, yeah, I'm doing it.
So I was wondering, as you standing back there, as a musician, like I know that individually we always have like there's an anxiety of like getting here and getting your shit. Like, where can I put this? When am I on? When are these guys getting on? Like, do you feel that sort of like that urgency that sort of swims around back there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I consider myself like an ex-musician, if that makes any sense. I'm not currently doing anything.
Yeah.
But I remember showing up at gigs and you're just like, we're just supposed to do this by yourself. All right, that's
Yeah.
cool. And you get kind of used to it, and then you get a little bigger, and you're like, isn't there supposed to be someone like helping me?
Yeah. Well,
But I was a little bit before that.
So, but that's the thing.
And
about,
I wasn't in the Go. I made an album with Bobby Harlow from the Go.
But your personality is very soothing. I can say as somebody that brings that anxiety, like having somebody like you there.
I just try to bring the chill.
And same with Blissfest main stage, because you're mostly getting more like national touring acts and people that are a little bit more professional.
That's some pretentious bullshit.
Oh,
Some of that.
Oh,
Some of that.
Have you seen that?
Oh, you would
Brother,
not
tell me
believe
what.
it. Karen Carpenter,
Okay.
God bless her soul, she made us bring in a grand piano.
Onto the main stage at Bliss?
Grand piano. The thing that made me the most angry is when we got it up on stage and I'm like, how is this thing going to be in tune? And it was a prop.
What?
Yep. Totally empty inside. There's no soundboard. Because I was like, why is this thing, for a grand piano, this thing feels kind of light. And
Oh yeah.
and the guy just opens it up and he's like, this is where I put my keyboard. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. Like I was so mad. I was like, I brought 6 people in for you to have a stand just to look cool. And whatever. It was fine.
That's interesting. I can't remember seeing that on stage, but that
Yeah.
would be maddening.
I was so mad.
But personality wise, do you ever see like prima donna syndrome?
Yeah, 100%.
Up there, really?
100%. Like, don't look at her. She's not going to talk to you.
Her
blah, blah, blah.
still.
That in the. Can I say band names? Wood
Yeah,
Bro-
man,
The
what-
Wood
I mean-
Brothers.
Oh yeah.
Don't talk about the Wood Brothers. Is my attorney?
You know what? I guess in for
gotta
lack
make
of
a
your
quick
attorney,
phone
I guess
call.
that's your attorney. So yeah, look, I guess
Can't
we'll
talk
pivot.
about. You're not going to get the Wood Brothers to play here. No, of course not. All right, so there we are. Those guys were jackasses. Sorry if you guys are watching. Good God, that was terrible.
dirt alert.
They call, or my person called me at like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why I answered it, but they're like, the Wood Brothers are here and they want to unload. I'm like, but they don't play until 9. And so I'm like, that ain't gonna happen. I can't get enough people.
Yeah.
So how about 2? And they're like, brr. So 2 o'clock, I have a whole bunch of people gathered, and this guy backs in his trailer, huge, like I 28-foot trailer, back gate opens, and it's just solid gear. And I'm like, we're going to need a bigger boat. I don't know what to do. So, but we just started chipping away at it. And that guy was just like, and this goes here, and be careful with that. And be careful with, I'm like, I'm careful with everything.
Yeah.
Everyone's careful with everything.
Yeah.
So-
You're touching millions of dollars worth of gear throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is a bit of an insult to assume that. Well, but also, I mean, I can understand driving up to, and that kind of goes back to where we are. It's so funny to describe this place to people. It's like, my favorite thing is getting a new band that is like taking a chance and going into the unknown, and then getting here and being like, oh, and then getting on stage and being like, oh, and then hearing the stage and be like, oh, this is the fucking. This is.
I mean, the Wood Brothers were great. They sounded great.
Yeah.
I don't think it was worth that much equipment. They replaced all the monitors.
Really?
Monitors.
I'm
They were
ju-
the same brand, same model,
This
probably
is
the same year.
This will give me great things to talk about with Mark Allen.
I'm getting angry.
So I've achieved my goal of finding the red line for Dano. All right, we are moving
Just
along.
be cool, bros.
Dano, was there anything else that I didn't? I really wanted to get a sense of what it is that goes on back there. Give you huge compliments for your general demeanor. You bring a very like even keeled. I mean, the whole production crew. You can't rattle these guys. I've never seen anybody lose their shit, and everybody works so well together. You're a huge part of that. I really, as a musician and a part of
Thank
the
you.
production team, I like totally appreciate it.
Thank you.
Love having you here, and I really was glad that we got to get you on in front of the camera so people and the bands could get to meet you. And so when they see you, they know you're easy breezy. Just don't don't push him. Just don't disrespect him.
But I'll still be cool, and I'll do it. But I'm going to talk about you on a video podcast later. Come on. But can I tell you my favorite thing to do?
Yeah.
At Soul, and it's with Dewan, who's awesome. Running cables on Thursday. Yeah. Thursday night, we're on scaffolding and not scaffolding. Not rickety ass ladders, but ladders.
As far as OSHA's concerned, certified, appropriately appointed
just
gear.
Poking wires through things and like, you got it. That's one of my favorite things. I love it. I love it. We have so much fun.
Couldn't do it without you.
You'll be doing it in weeks.
I can't wait.
It's coming. All right, we're gonna bring Jimmy on. The clock is a ticking. Dano, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you. Next time, a little mic stand like your's fancy.
No, this is the host, and then I give you something.
I'll carry it.
Yeah. All right, that's Dano, you guys. All right, next up, as the clock ticks along, we've got an amazing musician, interesting individual and somebody who has no idea what we're going to talk about. And actually, to be honest with you, somebody who we're always wondering, where is Jimmy? Jimmy Olsen, step on up. Nice T-shirt, buddy. I love it. Hi. What do you think of this?
This whole thing in general,
Yeah.
it's awesome. I don't even have time to really think. I'm just experiencing and feeling it,
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
One of my favorite things to do is see the musicians that know the stage. We're sitting basically side stage from in the barn from where the performers are. So Jimmy, like throughout the years, only knows main stage. So as you're driving out here today, you're thinking that's where we're going to be.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't sure if the doors were, to the stage were going to be shut. There's going to be, or I was going to be plugged in through subs. I mean, the sound system here is literally incredible.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No.
and that's definitely what I'm used to. For
Yeah.
Sure. So
And that is one of the best things, I think, as a musician. Like, you look forward to the stage, right?
all the time.
Yeah. I mean,
And not just that. I mean, a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
The music that's here, the friends that are here to play music, the experience, live streaming.
yeah. Exactly. I mean, how many 4K now the Illuvion does it, which I think they took a bite out of what we're doing here to put that together. And I think Dewan had a lot to do with that as well. But so I don't want to put you on the spot for
Please do.
for
That's
how
what I
many
need.
bands that you played with on this stage. But I mean, if you had to ballpark it.
I think at least 5.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Definitely 4. And I would not be wrong at all if it was 3.
Or 6.
But I don't have the B3 tonight. I actually have like a Funky Uncle. I jam with them. And I think that was 10 years ago. So this is my 10-year jamversary.
Jammerversary.
Without having to think too hard. And here we are in Medicinal Groove.
Indeed. Repeat offenders. That'd be a great name for
Drawing blanks.
Yeah, right.
We'll let it continue here. The marsupials. Thank you. There we go. Oh, man. And I don't know if Not Quite Canada has been here yet.
I don't know. Have they?
And then G-Snacks.
G Snacks. That's right. Yeah.
Anyways, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Right. So, and again, it's so funny to try to, like, I talked to somebody who, like, I know we know each other. I know that it's like there's, I try not to talk past the audience, whoever they may be, but in the times that I've seen you play or played with you, it's always like mind blowing. You have obviously a huge amount of, but I don't know, like, do you have a classical background? Is that what I mean, because I've seen you do some
This is a very reoccurring thing. Like almost every night I play a gig,
Yeah.
I get the same slew of questions.
Yeah.
And people are always very curious of where I came from, what I did.
Yeah.
And it's
Do
funny
that.
when you spat out a story because it's always a little bit different, and thoughts to me are kind of like different dimensions. You go out on this branch and then sometimes you forget where you even end up. But classical music has always been in my life since I was about 0. I was raised in Traverse City but born in Petoskey at McLaren, and my mother preferred the doctors there. It's where my half brother and sister on her side were born too, so she really liked to go to that hospital even though we lived in Traverse. And on the way home, my dad played Beethoven the whole way. And shortly after, I figured out how to press the big gray button on his stereo receiver that looked like a spaceship. And I must have hit 11 because it blew me back all the way to the couch. And that was when I first scared the crap out of myself with the amount of sound that can happen.
Yeah.
And it was scary, but then I figured out how to get into the records, and I was into Maynard Ferguson, every jazz kind of thing, man, from John Coltrane, Dave Brubeck, James Taylor, Bob Dylan, Fleetwood Mac. When my dad would take us on road trips in a couple of vans he had, there's a mattress in the back where we were going out to Colorado, and we'd have James Taylor and Fleetwood Mac, Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow on repeat. Hopefully I'm not making any noise with the cord there, but and then from there I started picking through my sister's CDs, and I got my hands on punk rock, NoFX, Twisted Sister, and then I got into her whole hip hop collection. She was riding me around in her gold Corolla, which ended up becoming my car when I was old enough to drive. But she was always bumping Biggie, Snoop Dogg, DMX, Jay-Z's first album.
And this is all the first week after the hospital.
Yeah. And so big hip hop collection there,
Yeah.
and that was always just in my life.
Yeah.
And then all the music, that other music booming in the 90s. And then when I was old enough to go downtown, which was about 7 or 8, I started going to Hocus Pocus and being mischievous and having lots of fun, terrorizing the neighborhood. And also picking through New Moon's record selection where you could, put the headphones on and still listen to stuff
Yep.
and touch it. And so I got Pennywise, more NoFX. Green Day was my first tape. And then I borrowed my sister's album, Blood Sugar Sex Magic by the Chili Peppers.
That was a biggie.
And I was like snowboarding with my dad at the Jimmy Huga Snow Express, which is a fundraiser at Boyne. And I was just a kid, and I'm listening to my Walkman, and I'm listening to Blood Sugar Sex Magic over and over again, and I have no idea what the lyrics are. I'm not even really like processing the lyrics yet.
Right.
And oh man, because now I do Sir Psycho Sexy, and I sing that, and the lyrics are some of the dirtiest lyrics I've ever heard in a song.
That's a great song.
And it doesn't stop there. My friend, I let him borrow my BB pistol when I was in high school, and he traded it to some kid downstate, and he felt so bad. He traded it for something that, come on, man, that was my BB gun. It's not worth it. But he gave me a stack of CDs this fat, and it was all hip hop and rap.
Uh-huh.
And I listened to that every day in the
You
bus
guys had
too.
to smuggle that up from downstate. Up
Yeah,
here.
exactly. He had to trade it for drugs.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I mean, that's just the top of the iceberg. I've also had education. I've been to music school, Interlochen Arts Academy for percussion.
Okay.
My major was like jazz drum set, four-mallet marimba, vibraphone, timpani. I was and percussion ensemble. Like,
This answers a lot of questions about your keyboard playing.
I'm a very rhythmic player. So
I have a real kinship with that Blood Sugar Sex Magic album because I was listening to that that was one of my handful of tapes from my sister when I was going to Catholic school, and I remember walking around the playground listening to them like
Perfect.
Nobody knows.
right,
And they
I
used
felt
to-
so cool. I always wanted to be older.
Well, but they used to also kind of like they would check on when I was growing up. They would check on what you were listening to. This was in the '80s, and they would. Well, it was probably the '90s by then. Yeah, right. With that tape, I was probably right about to leave Catholic school, and they would check on what you were listening to. So there was always that thing of like not trying to be too flashy about it, or be like, or just kind of like lie well.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a great thing that Catholic school teaches you how to lie about what you're listening to. There's a lesson.
Yeah.
So there's two things
Man,
I want.
so many
There's
things
two
I-
other things I want to
Yeah,
hit with
sorry, I
you
could-
before the clock expires. I heard you talking about Key West, and I'm personally curious, just because I have a bit of a connection. Do you know Tom Dustin and Kristen that own the comedy club
In Key
Key West?
Key West?
Yeah.
I may have met them.
Comedy
but,
Key West.
Not that I can say.
Okay.
But you know how it is.
Yeah, well-
Sometimes you meet somebody, and I'm just going to be honest. My mind is like a blank canvas sometimes when I'm trying to process.
But
stuff.
you play down there through a season with a bunch of bands. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
So Jack Fiveco from Traverse City,
Mhm.
and I met him way back in the day when Serenity Tea
Mhm.
was downtown Traverse City, and they'd have bands play late night. It was quite the scene because there was a bunch of young guns and people chilling.
I
late
met
night.
him. He was trying to put a reggae thing
And
together.
that was when I was really starting to kick it with him.
okay.
And he had his own set, and so I was in a band, Egon, and that was one of my first bands right out of high school.
Okay.
And but anyways, that's when I first met Jack Fiveco, and he was kind of culminating this sound with his harmonica and plugging his Nord through a wah pedal.
Okay.
Kind of doing a reggae backbeat. Hopefully y'all can hear me out
Yeah.
there. But basically, so he I wouldn't say it as good as he would say it, but he's lived this crazy, awesome, to me at least, life adventure where was the chef for Revolution on the road.
Oh, really?
Chef for Modest Yahoo. And he's been out on stage with those guys while cooking their food. They'll bring him out to play harmonica. He is a diver in Honduras. He would do free diving on his own and crazy stuff like that. So all these stories I've learned from him is really cool. And then he ended up in Key West, and he married a woman from Argentina that lives there. G.
Okay.
And so my buddies from G-Snack started going down there a few years ago.
Okay.
And they're calling me, and I'm sitting in my car at at a to-go restaurant and in the snow they're like, "Where you at, man? You'd kill it down here. What are you doing down there?" And I'm like, "Nothing."
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be down there. So 4 years ago, I finally cleared my calendar and just sent it. And, Eric Griffin, Justin Perry, and I join Jack, and we become Snacks in 5. So
Okay.
it's Jack 5 Coat and G Snacks make Snacks
That's
in
great.
5.
I've wondered about what that is and how that all came to be, and wondered how small of a community that was, because I have a little bit through the comedy thing. I was just like, I wonder if you guys have intersected at all. You probably haven't, just don't know it.
So like 4 years, my 4th year, and you generally play at least 60 shows in 2 months. And then I found these East Coast guys who jam there too, and so I do residencies at Hog's Breath where we just play high power funk, and horn players, singers are just jumping right in off the street and killing it with us, and lots of high energy. And so I get to hang out with my friends and go around and play solo gigs, and it's just, I can grind as hard as I want. It's almost like I'm a time off, time on,
Right.
like field worker,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's music,
Yeah.
and it's in a nice place.
Yeah.
Sweating,
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
And I pull triples sometimes. So my longest day was like a 12-hour day where I ran sound for 2 of the shows and played a total of 9 hours of music and drove 40 minutes each direction like 3 times or something like that.
Wow.
All in one day. It was on St. Patty's, so I pulled a triple header.
Oh, St. Patty's.
And then one of my cars finally died. The minivan I took 2 years ago is gone, just my 5th minivan. And then my car started to die this time, and so I got my other car towed home from Orlando and went on this giant adventure and met family members I haven't even known yet, really. And that was really cool.
That's awesome.
And then I ended up finding a CRV and old. Now all my cars, I have 3 cars and no minivan, and only one works, and they're all at least 20 years old.
And that's what you rolled up in here today. And then the last thing.
You guys are allowed to laugh,
The last thing, because, and I would be frustrated if we didn't get to talk about it, because we ran into each other. You know that I'm super into the UFO thing. You had a lot of questions. We've only got, let's call it 6 minutes, 7 minutes left.
Okay, shoot.
You shoot, because I was very curious about what it is that you're like, where you're coming at.
Oh
with
man,
this
can
stuff.
somebody find my phone for me? Okay, let me just say, we're all kind of construct to our imaginations, and we perceive the world as human beings, and I feel like that's really limiting to our potential, because especially all the modern distractions out there really keep us from growing from the inside out, and our ability to probably do things that we never even knew we could do in the first place, because we're distracted with tools. And I hate to hate on math, but math is only there because we're here, and we're that's our way to measure what we take in through our receiver, whatever you want to call our human body. And so it's really hard to understand things that you don't understand. It's kind of like, I was thinking of trying to come up with a metaphor earlier and compare it to like a euchre game, where when I first tried to learn euchre, why is the right bower the right bower? I didn't understand, but I kept trying, even though I didn't even understand. And this is kind of a horrible metaphor. But when I understood it, then I got it. Oh, because it just is. Well, we have like so many things that we need to understand as humans for it to politically make logical sense, because it's got to be based off of fact. And I've met a lot of scientific people, but things weren't invented on purpose. They were mainly invented on accident. And like seeing a ship, and somebody's like, bro, that ship's been in the harbor for like 10 years. You're just now seeing it, dude. And okay, now I can feel it. It's okay. I can feel more than I ever thought I could. So I think that our human brain and our way to communicate through language, just like music, we have these things that we know, but I feel like it's hard to say, how can you understand what you don't understand?
So that's beautiful. And I think that I'm so glad that that's where your mind's at with this, because so much of the direction of this conversation, as far as the unknown phenomenon, whatever you want to call it, with the UAP UFO thing is, it has a lot to do, as it turns out, especially lately, with intuition and consciousness, and this non-local reality that we seem to share, and this thing that the veil is getting thinner, and that maybe the stuff that's always been there is just being revealed to us. There's such a much deeper conversation there that I'm willing
It's huge.
then we can go.
It's
but
infinite.
the first thing that you started to talk about is math, and one of the very interesting things that has come up most recently with Matt Brown, who's the guy who wrote the Immaculate Constellation papers that was presented to Congress. He literally just came out, and one of the things that he was talking about was that there is a aspect to science and math that's being hidden from us, and it's almost as if we've been left behind, and that science and math has been purposely distorted. And the very frustrating thing for me to fire hose people with all at once is if you look back at at all the Black Vault stuff, and when I say Black Vault, it's a website that's basically everything that's been FOIA'd and everything that's been recorded officially in the U.S. government records and everybody else's throughout history. You can go look at this stuff right now. We've been looking at the fringe sciences for so long, and there's been so many developments made in what we would consider fringe sciences back in the 50s and 60s and even before then, that to be sitting here in 2025 and acting like we're still trying to make these two ends of incongruent principles meet, which is, and I'm not a mathematician or a physicist,
No.
but I read a lot of that stuff, and the thing about like quantum physics and quantum math is it doesn't fit into the the Einstein stuff, and like Newtonian math and quantum physics don't fit together. So there's this constant veil of like incongruent physics that we're trying to figure out, and meanwhile there's all this other stuff that's been going on. And I think unless that you are somebody that dedicates their life to looking very specifically at like this one thing,
Yeah.
you're gonna miss. You kind of aren't able to. You can't function in like both of those worlds almost.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, there is an awful lot of stuff that's being put right in front of us, but we are just so utterly overloaded and distracted by the amount of shit that's happening and the fucking chaos.
Yeah. My phone showing me what it thinks I want to see.
Yeah.
Every
But
day.
maybe you want to see it.
Maybe I do. I'm like, uh-oh, my dopamine's gone now.
So I love that your mind and sort of your feeling and your intuition is leading you in that direction.
There's so much I want to say.
Do it.
And I just think, I'm reiterating what I was trying to construct, and my goal as a human is to try to just be like my truest, pure form of myself. I know we're all human. But what I've always had, I used to lay awake for hours and couldn't sleep in high school, and I would explore my mind and think about, you're when you're younger, maybe older, whenever, but sometimes, I don't know, I found myself in this deep search for answers within. And I've always been an abstract thinker, so it's sometimes like two abstract things that have no proof of being real, but then you somehow come to a conclusion that did make sense. So it's like grasping what you don't understand, or at least being available to believe and to be open to something that your mind is trying to force out because you're used to perceiving things a certain way. We're, like I said, to us, a foot is a foot, for what we know a foot is, but it's no different than like the elephant in the giant elephant, the flying elephant, right? Horton the Who?
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I kind of went with that.
I was
Dr.
like,
Seuss.
you're gonna conclude your point exactly when the timer goes off. I was like, that's the incongruent.
Do we cut?
No, we're still rolling, but that's just my timer.
But perception.
Yeah.
And then that goes back to math, and I think math is great. I think it also helps us figure out things, but we're still in something that we want to understand, and we have to have the ability to also think without any of that.
We built ourselves a container that
Exactly.
we have to live in a shared reality. And right now, to me, it's like shared reality
We
is
need to be willing to understand things that we don't understand.
right. But and for sort of the state of the like material world that we're experiencing right now, it's like it's harder and harder to exist in a shared reality with people. But at the same time, there's this like it's almost like this visceral feeling of like, man, we are right. It feels like we're right at the edge of a transitionary period, and it feels dangerous and violent and scary and frustrating. But at the same time, I feel like there is something on the other side of it that's got to be, there's going to be whatever it is, even if we have this binary idea of good and bad. It's like whatever it's going to be, it's like good and bad might not even exist, man.
Yeah. And that's one way of open thinking.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, I think, it's like, well, oh yeah, anything's possible. Ha ha ha, but I think that we need to be thinking about that more or be open to things that, like I said, we don't understand, because that's how things are developed.
Yeah.
That's how higher states of consciousness can happen. You need to be willing to vibrate at a higher level of consciousness. I don't know.
Dude, I think that
blind faith. If you ain't got faith, I don't know. I'm living off blind faith.
Exactly.
Something is driving me forward, and I don't put it in a box.
Well, I think you're a live wire of positive momentum, and your music's amazing. I'm really looking forward to what we're going to hear it shortly, and I feel like you and I could talk for hours. And
I've been waiting so long.
I think we will and we should, but we definitely are going to put your keyboards together, get you set up, and let you fucking launch us off. And you guys can see Jimmy at Soul. I'm sure. Are you
Sunday?
On Sunday. At Sunday at Soul, and maybe
Medicinal Groove.
Yeah, with Medicinal Groove. I think I'll be there too. Maybe we'll be on stage together, buddy.
I guarantee it. I guarantee it. When are you not when we're together?
All right, you guys. So this has been another Live at the Lodge. Stay tuned. We're gonna have Jimmy set up and play some music for you. Go online, get those LostTamarackstage.com weekend passes pre-sale. Get the T-shirts pre-ordered, or at least get an idea if you want one or not. Get in there, and we will take a break here. And what Lost Tamarack? Isn't that what I said?
Dude, those T-shirts are dope. They're so dope.
Give me a break, man. This is the White Claw stage. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
Seriously.
All right. Love you guys. See you in a few weeks.
thank you.
Got it already. This is going to feature Joshua on the keys here. My name's Nathan. This is Max over here. Well, I was out on leave of absence from any semblance of reality. I felt like a rocket in the great blue yonder from them boys out on Kennedy. Driving by His Majesty's Court Hotel, sign said praise His name. It was tired and white, I could not see too well. I don't think that he was to blame. Thank God the tiki bar was open. Thank God the tiki torch still shines. Thank God the tiki bar was open. Well, come on in, open up your mind. Full moon over Daytona Beach, a full moon in my mind. My suntan dreams, they're clearly out of reach, and the strip mall been robbing me blind. And his name was Mr. Dale Earnhardt, and he drove black number 3. The king is gone, he ain't forgotten, or his like will we ever see. Thank God the tiki bar was open. Thank God the tiki torch still shines. Thank God the tiki bar was open. Well, come on in and open up your mind. There goes Josh again. Know that drinking just can't be the answer. I ain't had one in 17 years. But if the tiki bar were closed tonight, I might just disappear. So thank God the tiki bar was open. Thank God the tiki torch still shines. Thank God the tiki bar was open. Come on in and open up
Truth unknown, you carry the weight, knowledge you make your own. Give us longer the way, the harder you make the climb. On the run, closing the cold, you're trying to reach the sun. Feel the change, stronger the wind, the crest of another rain.
Thank you very much.
Cave?
Well, oh, good morning. Well, well, I walk from out in my cemetery shoes. Well, I saw in her day. Well, I saw in the news. Well, I've only one pair of cemetery shoes. Well, I saw in her youth. Well, I saw in her June. Well, I walk for miles in my cemetery shoes. Soaking wet, don't even bother. I go walking out by the water. Soaking wet, don't even bother. Well, I looked down and I saw them. Well, I wore them at my wedding too. Well, I've only one pair of cemetery shoes. Soaking wet, don't even bother. I go walking out by the water. Soaking wet, don't even bother. dream. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Well, you're the best I've seen. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Well, I see you in my dreams. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Well, you were the best I've seen.
Thank you. Morning, campers.
I'm distorting on one channel there. Is that too hot or is that all right? Okay. Hey. Hey. I'm feeling good out here tonight. This song that I'm about to play, how we doing? This is my trusty old Akai MPC Live 61. Shout out to Al, Jam Buddy. This song goes out to a couple things, and I want to say first and foremost, Molly Bruner, this one's for you because I heard that you missed hearing this song, and I was tickled that you even remembered. Not that I ever doubted you, just surprised and reminded. Also goes out to minivans because I'm a minivan, man. I've had at least 5 from the one that turned into Starry Night Sky because my dad tried to paint it a similar blue and it rusted, and so he just did Van Gogh and had a whole mural on the hood. And I blew out the tranny when I was about 17 years old, two-tracking it because it was an all-wheel drive Dodge Caravan. And anyways, I used to go two-track in Benzie County and that thing. Then I got a bunch of more minivans. Doesn't matter if it's a Toyota Sienna, Plymouth Voyager, Toyota Sienna, Astro van. You could be flying in the sky with the dog Barf from Spaceballs in an RV. I don't care what it is. That's the best movie, isn't it? So good. It doesn't matter what it is. This song goes out to all the minivans. One time I was coming back from Marquette with all the G-Snacks band equipment packed in the minivan because I had a van. You know, over 1,000 pounds, and I'm leaving town, and my wheel is at a 45-degree angle. I'm like, it's just maxed out, right? But I got to the bridge, and right before the bridge in a snowstorm, a guy that looks like Santa Claus came out. He's really chill, and I thought that was really cool. And he looks under there with me. He's like, "Oh yeah, dude, that's about to break right off." I look under there. It's halfway broken. My axle's bent up, and what do? There's no motel rooms. I'm on the other side of the Mackinac Bridge, so I sent it to Pelston. I drove across the Mackinac Bridge with an axle that was about to snap right off. Every time I'm hitting a bump, it's breaking more and hitting the body of my van. But thank God for some insurance. I got a tow from an ice fisherman with all my band equipment within a 150-mile radius all the way back to Traverse City. So lots of stories. A lot of these lyrics from the song I'm going to play to you came from me sitting where Ernest Hemingway sat at City Park Grill in Petoskey, right where his cigar burn is, and chugging 2 pitchers of iced coffee at 8 in the morning, losing my mind. I just wrote on napkins, and I wrote on my steering wheel because I knew I was going to trash my van because it was my engine was dying too. So man of many minivans. Now I have a sedans. You know, here we go. This is called the minivan song. This one's for you, Molly. I don't know. Yes, I do. I'm pointing. You know, direction is relative. How we doing? Take me straight to jail. You'll try and then you'll fail. 'Cause I'm an honest man in a minivan. You're here and then you're gone. I hope there's nothing wrong. You're just like a song. I'm happy when it's on. Sing it with me. Running people in the rain. Oh, oh, oh. Running people in the rain straight through the pain. You're living and you die, but baby, don't you cry. The answer's always there to all the questions why. I'll try to keep it cool when we go to town. 'Cause when I'm with you, babe, I'm up and never down. So sing it with me one more time. Running people in the rain. Oh, oh, oh. Running people in the rain, straight through the pain.
straight through the flames. Running people in the rain. Oh, oh, yeah. Running people in the rain. No one's to blame. And I need to slow it down. I'm going way too hard, yeah. You can find me there, babe. Face down in the yard. I can be a tough guy, but break down and cry. So always shed a tear on your shoulder when you're here. Yeah, 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 yeah. I hope you like the minivan song, everybody. This next song is also about cars, but it's also about reflecting on my times in Hollywood as a 20-year-old. You can only imagine what I don't even remember doing. I can wash my clothes in a single load. All I need is some neon sunglasses in the open road. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I've driven all around this country. Now I can't leave my own driveway 'cause I ain't got no insurance money. Yeah, 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 yeah. But I got something, it ain't never true. I got something, what the hell am I supposed to do? I got something. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, let me give it to you. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. And I gotta save up all my cash. In this world, when that cash hits my hands, I like to spend it real fast. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna drop it all on a Nissan Skyline GTR R32 B&R from '89. I'm gonna take that drift car way out west. I don't remember a thing, and hopefully they know the rest. And I'm gonna find myself the tallest mountain I can find, one with a winding road all the way to the top, babe. I'm going for maximum distance slide on this uphill climb. And if I had it my way, I'd be drifting cars all the time, drifting every corner as I reach the top. When I hit the top, when I hit the top, when I hit the top, I'm gonna drive that car right out the side, and I'm gonna land myself around along, right down into a fancy motel room. Yeah, 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 yeah. Woo. I got something. What am I supposed to do? I got something. Got me so confused. I got something. I got something. I got something. What am I supposed to do? I got something. It got me so confused. I got something. Well, it's you. Yeah. 'cause it's you, baby. I'm playing you my, even though we're plugged in, but technically I don't have an acoustic instrument in front of me. Which, aren't you glad I didn't bring a grand piano for you to load in? 61 keys, chilling in the breeze, the Florida Keys, swayed in the palm trees. All right, here we go. So these are kind of my unplugged songs, and I've got some really crazy techno songs too. So, I don't know, kind of feeling like playing another. You know, I have time for a couple more, right? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, since I've got this set up, I'm going to have to do a little thing, and we all do things, right? Because that's what humans do. They do that or they don't do anything, right? So, anyways, this is another song. It's called Come Back to You. Hope everybody's having a good time wherever you are. Space station. Lately my brain just don't feel the same. I'm a crazy hands mouse trying to find my way out of this maze. I don't have to explain myself. Either way, ain't got nothing to sell. It's the kind of love that you bring back in return. Like when I'm standing in a circle with my friends, we pass it around and we let it burn. I don't have to explain myself. Now I'm broke, ain't got nothing to sell. Yeah, I'm broke. I'm so broke, it's kinda like a joke. But I keep smiling, it's worth my while, and I'll come back to you. Lately my brain just don't feel the same. I'm a crazy ass mouse trying to find my way out of this maze. I don't have to explain myself. Now I'm broke, ain't got nothing to sell. Come on! Come on, let's do this. I don't have to explain myself. Whoa, no. 'Cause I keep smiling, it's worth my while, and I'll come back to you. Frickin' never. All right. Hey. So I'm going to get a little bit more experimental. I'm going to do a project change here. So I'll only take a second. Yeah. I'm Jimmy Olsen, and if you're tuned in right now, thank you. All right, yeah, you can hear me. Cool. Well, I'd like to thank the whole crew out here at Soul, the Lost Tamarack. Getting really excited for Soul Festival coming up so soon. How did that happen? So soon. Oh yeah, I'm having a good time. I keep saying I'm talking into this microphone. It's not even on right now. It's cool. It's just a prop. Not just a prop. I'm sorry, microphone. I didn't mean to belittle you. You're so much more than that. What am I talking about? Anyways, yeah, so this next song is, I started writing it in Key West, amongst the grind, in car issues and good times. A lot of times when I'm writing with my friend Eric or by myself or with Justin while I'm in Keys, sometimes the stuff comes out of thin air in the middle of the night. You never know. So, but I'm really excited to play this song, and yeah. Let's do a little sound check here. Yeah. No. That's right. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Oh yes. Oh yeah. You like that? That's called a synth. All right, here it goes. You guys ready? Oh, you guys playing beer pong back there? What are we doing? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. All right, so I wrote this song so fast I don't even remember how the lyrics go, so wish me luck. Oh, boy. Okay, I remembered. Woo! Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was lost in complacency, paralyzed by the love gone cold. Ooh, yeah, trying to be the better man. I'll sacrifice the better plan. You gotta understand. Oh, come on, dance with me. We can make it better. You'll feel like ecstasy. We can dance forever. That's right. My heart is burning with desire. We can build an empire. Dance in the stars
That was a pretty crazy ending there. Hey, that song's called Disco Vampires. That's coming out of my new release here. And hope you like that song, and hope everything sounds is crispy clean. Al, what up? I'd like to thank Al for, providing so many sounds. Al's a soundsmith and an amazing musician and a band member of years on several instruments. And he's one of my best homies, and he makes sound packs for these keyboards. So check out Cubalist.com. Hey, plugged. So anyways, I'm going to keep it rolling. I'm going to bring up another project here. I don't know how many songs you want me to do, but I got a ton in here. Okay, this is a very outer spacey song. It's called Touchy Kinda Girl. This is on Spotify and all the platforms right now. So there's Touchy Kinda Girl, Synth Banger. So those are both the additions. So here we go. Hey, yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Check. Is this thing on? I'm just kidding. I just wanted to do that for a second. I'm back now. I never left. I've been here the whole time. I had a dream one time that I was hanging in the clouds with the sky people. This goes out to you guys. You ain't gotta see me, girl. It's too late. In another world, you ain't gotta see me. Hell no, it's too late. 'Cause I'm living in another world. You ain't gotta save me. It's too late. Living in another world. You ain't gotta save me, girl. Oh no, it's too late. In another world. Different town, same thing. Hopping around in outer space, where dimensions are blurred, lines are crossed. The truth is absurd. Everybody's too fixed on a plan, too dumb, ignorant to understand. She's got her eyes on the sky. There is no surprise. Don't ask her why. She's a touchy kind of girl. Oh yeah, ooh yeah. That's right, she's a touchy kind of girl. Oh yeah. Every time I never thought I'd be a pop star. Now I'm chilling in outer space on Mars. She knows I'm doing just fine. She's like, you got yours and I got mine. Whoever said a ghost can't sing? It's alright, baby, do your thing. And I'm already dead. I ain't alive on the other side. She's a touchy kind of girl. Oh yeah, ooh.
see me, girl. Never, 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 baby. It's always out, baby. Never, 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 baby. It's always out, baby. You know that I'm living in another world. Ooh, baby. She's a touchy kind of girl. Oh, yeah. That's right. She's a touchy kind of girl. Oh, and soul on a Thursday night. She's a touchy kind of girl. Ooh, yeah. She's a touchy kind of girl. Oh, every night. You ain't gonna see me, baby. 'Cause I'm living in another world. You ain't gotta see me, baby. 'Cause I'm living in another world. You ain't gotta see me, baby. I'm living in another world. You ain't gotta see me, baby. 'Cause I'm living in another world. Yeah, I'm living in another world. You ain't gotta see me, girl. Yeah. If hey, so I cut that one a little short just so we can keep moving on. Because I can keep when I do this live, and I'm starting to play a lot of places that like me to do what I want to do, like that stuff, and it turns into a dance party. And we like to go all night. Lately, I've been playing for 3 hours straight, and they got to tell me that it's time to stop. So this, we got time for one more? Okay. I'm Jimmy Olsen, and I'd like to thank everybody for asking me to be here tonight. This is so great. Here's another one of my songs here, some of the new stuff I've been working on. This is called Take the Ride. This is one of my favorite songs to play here. This is my song. I'm living in the world.
Yes. Yeah. Woo! You don't want peace.
I come in pieces.
You need to.
You like that one? All right.
Love all of them.
It's like, no, I kind of liked it. Put it back on. Okay, this song is this is fun. Sometimes I don't have to think about lyrics; they just happen, and this feels like this one of those songs. One more time, such a pleasure to be out here tonight. The pleasure's all yours. Do everything I would do, but be safe within limits. But what's the fun in zero risk? Light it up, bud. Take the ride, baby. See, I'll break on through to the other side. Oh, wait. No, that's just kidding. I think if it's under 5 seconds, it's not a copyright strike. You like that? You like that? That's pretty funny. All right. So here's a Will piano. I think so. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. You like that chord? That's real nice. I don't really have to know. I'm pouring out my soul. That's just how I roll. But let it take the ride. Time is on my side. My eyes are open wide. Here we go like 2 more times. I'm always on the grind. Bought the ticket, take the ride. Bought the ticket, take the ride. Time is on my side. Do it till I die. Yo. I don't really have to know. That's just how it goes. I'm pouring out my soul. One little ticket, take the ride. I ride until I die. Time is on my side. Want the ticket, take the ride. Time is on my side. Want the ticket, take the ride. Here we go like 2 more times. I'm always on the grind. I'm straight riding. One little ticket, take the ride. I ride until I die. See you through my third eye. Here we go like 2 more times. You're always on my mind. I'm straight flying. One little ticket, take the ride. I ride until I die. Time is on my side. I ride until I die. Buy the ticket, take the ride. Buy the ticket, take the ride. Till I'm out of time. Boy, I'm feeling fine. Technologic, parabolic, psychedelics all in time. Technologic, parabolic, psychedelics in my mind. Technologic, parabolic, psychedelics all in time. Technologic, parabolic, psychedelics in my mind. Bass is the trouble when it hit me in the bass. At a bass is the trouble, now we crazy in a place. Bass is the trouble, yeah, I smoke the triple lace. I'm crazy in a place, cause it hit me in the bass.
Bass is the trouble when it hit me in the bass. Yeah, we take it to another level, crazy in a place. Bass is the trouble, yeah, we take it to another level. And I smoke the triple lace. The bass is the trouble, yeah, the bass is the trouble, and the bass with the trouble, yeah, I said the bass is the trouble, yeah, the bass is the trouble when it
Hit me in the face, yeah, hit me in the face. Well, bass is the trouble, yeah, the bass is the trouble. Bass is the trouble, and we take it to another level. Bass is the trouble, yeah, the bass is the trouble. Bass is the trouble, and we take it to another level. Bought a ticket, take the ride. I'll do it till I die. That's right. If you wanna know where the party's at, just head to Wolverine and sold them the lost Tamarack. That's where it's at, baby. There's never, baby. It's always now, baby. It's always now, and it's what I know is for sure, baby. Bought the ticket, take the ride. Ride until I die.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Olsen. What a beautiful set. This was awesome. This was amazing. Let's hear it. Come on, let's hear it.
I ride until I die.